Like many Hurricane athletes, Bill Bennett came to the University of Miami from Miami High School, where he didn't go out for track until his senior year.
Bill had a natural speed, and we were short on hurdlers at the time, and we had some good sprinters. So we had him in the lower hurdles. I think a lesser man would have given up after he'd bit the dust and got knees full of cinders, but he was a survivor and came through for us.
When Bennett arrived in Coral Gables, one of his teammates was future UM Hall of Famer Earl Welbaum.
Bill arrived on the University of Miami scene as a freshman in 1954, my senior year. And from the very beginning, it was apparent to me, and I think perhaps to Coach Bennett and others, that Bill was going to be an outstanding athlete. He was a hurdler primarily, but he could run anything below a quarter of a mile. He competed for a high point man on the team, ran so many events that I think by the end of his freshman year, he had more points than anybody else on the team.
He not only was a great low hurdler, but he was willing to compete in anything. And our track team was really short-handed, and Bill was the kind of person that really looked for things to do. I can even remember one meet where he even high jumped with me, for goodness sakes. But he would throw the discus, he'd put the shot, he'd run the hurdles, he'd long jump, he'd do anything necessary to win, and he really did help us.
When Bennett finished at Miami, he was considered the finest all-around track athlete in school history. When his career ended, he held school records in the 100-yard dash, 220-yard dash, and the 220-yard low hurdles.
Well, I think Bill had great physical gifts for a track man. He had a body made for track, intensely competitive, wanted to win, take on any event, and get out and just get it done.
Well, I think that perhaps the most outstanding ability of Bill was his dedication and his willingness to pay the price. He was willing to get out there and run as many events as Coach Bennett would ask him to run. He had the discipline to be ready to run those events, and he had the discipline to train and at the same time be a student. And being a student and being a full-time athlete is a tough row to hoe. He pulled it off very well.
Bennett went on to graduate from medical school and today is Regional Director for Humana Medical. Tonight, it's an honor to welcome Bill Bennett into the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame.